Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today to take a first look at the brand new Lotus EVIJA. This is their new all-electric hypercar, and we've got a special preview opportunity to take a look and to go through some of the details. But let me just give you some of the headline target numbers. This is an all-electric hypercar with 4 motors that will produce 2,000 horsepower and 1,700 newton meters of torque. That means the acceleration time from 0 to 300 kilometers per hour is going to be just 8.6 seconds. Yes, under 9 seconds. That is quite frankly absurd. So let's get started then and take a look around to go through it in detail. Here it is then, take a look at this, the new Lotus EVIJA. Now I've got this opportunity to take you for a walk around, to go through the car and tell you some of the details that have been released about it. We are of course ahead of the full unveiling. This is a special preview at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, where customers and VIPs have been able to come in to see the car, but also the public have been able to get small teasers towards it with lights flickering on and off, just showing small parts of the car. But the EVIJA, the name itself, let's talk about that. As per Lotus's tradition, it starts with an E. EVIJA means the first of something, and as I said, it's their first electric car, it's their first hypercar, and in fact, it's the first British electric hypercar as well. It was codenamed the Type 130. There will be 130 units of them built in total, but this is, well, looking forwards now to the very near future. They're going to be going into production in the first half of 2020. But the car, just to show you the design and talk about that, and you might immediately notice some pretty trick things about this. In particular, have a look here at the way it is completely open, in fact all the way through the car. Now that's because the bodywork is actually designed and engineered using their philosophy of being carved by air, and there are many trick areas where literally inside the bodywork airflow is happening to make it the most efficient, to optimize the efficiency of the car. And have a look around here at the rear of this, and you can see the openings of these tunnels and how they use the Venturi effect for air to fly through. And just look at the design of this overall. Actually, it is a stunning looking thing, absolutely beautiful. They've put the batteries back here behind the bulkhead, keeping the weight very much in the center, but it uses 4 motors, 4-wheel drive to get those insane performance statistics, saying 0 to 100 kilometers an hour, 62 miles per hour will be under 3 seconds. I think it might be even a fair bit quicker than that, and then all the way to 300, which is 186 miles per hour in just 8.6. That figure is staggeringly quick. Now to take a look at more of the aero around the exterior as we go now for a full tour of this, starting at the very front, it's very, very open down here. You can see how air literally comes through the car. You have a series of wings and different components inside that direct it, and just how open it actually is. In fact, the radiators and intercoolers are horizontal in there to take or to minimize the amount of disruption that they would cause. Of course, cooling again being quite an important thing. If we come up towards the bonnet here, have a look at this. Even here, you've got almost this bonnet wing where airflow on either side goes underneath it before going up and over the cabin. Of course, all again optimizing the airflow through the car. You've got Lotus's laser headlights with the beams that you can see designed like wings as well. The label in there, Lotus Laser. Coming round, the wheels are magnesium, center lock, and then back here, more airflow right behind those front wheel arches. Look at how open it is. The exposed nature of the tires just inside there, but the sculpture of the side of the car being sucked in, pulled in quite tight around the cabin before you get to these tunnels. But like I said, literally go straight through. Absolutely fascinating piece of design. The way, if you think about it, how it's going around the inside of the rear tires, the rear wheels, and of course all of the suspension system. But the airflow, using the Venturi effect, accelerating the air through the car, where at the back you have the active rear wing and also DRS going on in the diffuser. Now some details as well. Look at those surround lights for the tail lights. Look at the Lotus logo in the center. Your charging port is inside the rear as well. Coming through towards the cabin, the doors are actually motorized. You've got pop-out door mirrors. There are no actual door mirrors physically on the car. We'll see those inside in a moment. But this, well, this is something really next generation that we're looking at here. Let me show you the mirrors in operation then. The way that they pop out at the side. This is very clever. You can see just inside. Now when the doors open, and remember this car that we're looking at here is their show car, the mirrors tucked back in. The final production car will have doors that open quicker and more quietly as well, but we're going to be greeted with the interior of the car based around a carbon fiber chassis, of course trying to keep the car as lightweight as possible, and considering that you've got the motors and all of the battery technology inside this, it's a weight or a target weight of 1,680 kilos. But have a look inside here. Look at the surround, look at how the dashboard leaves open space behind, but still of course controlling the various functions. The way you have that light strip that runs entirely around the cabin. Look at the steering wheel, very much motorsport inspired. The dashboard, the digital display that you have for the car there, just giving us a demonstration view at the moment. All of the features of the interior, all designed and pretty much just about ready for production. The car that we're looking at, significantly heavily ready and prepared at this stage. But just to go into a little bit more detail actually about this, just to take it in, a first look at everything that we've got here, the different driving modes on this very small squared off steering wheel. Down at the bottom, you've got Eco, City, Tour, Sport and Track. You've got the operation for the DRS that we'll go and see in a moment as well. You've got these toggles that you can see here. Lots and lots of exposed carbon fibre, satin carbon fibre inside the cabin. Strictly a two-seater, of course, very, very thin, lightweight seats, but still with some padding for comfort that you can see on top of those. Look at this kind of dimpled hexagon design so that you can feel where the buttons are. You don't have to just respond or hope that you're pressing on the right one precisely. Then you've got this floating dashboard display. And actually, if I just come out to the outside quickly to show you that and the view from back here, look at the way that's mounted. Look at this negative space that's taken away and all, well, opened up and made visible, all made from carbon fibre. This is all absolutely beautiful in terms of the design. And inside, well, clearly very, very special. And down here in the centre, you've got your start and stop button. And even up top, you've got the rear view camera as well. So because there is no view really through the back, you've got that camera linked up to the very rear, along with some controls and the lights that you find up there. Now over towards the door, behind that Y-shaped grab handle, of course you spot the camera view out at the very back as well. But this, well, this is really, really very, very cool. The pedals, accelerator, brake and the footrest, all with that same dimpled design as well. But if we just come out quickly to show you, the rear camera is mounted up here. Inside the rear as well, you've got this great view through to the suspension components and the batteries being mounted back there, kind of akin to if it was a more traditional combustion engine, but this looking to the future. Now if we can have a demonstration of the DRS, you'll be able to see the wing and how that operates, how it rises up out of the rear deck, and simultaneously you'll also be able to operate the DRS system down below. So you've got these flaps which tuck up and down in sync with the wings, so that you can see how those operate and how they basically create more of this Venturi tunnel effect to accelerate the car through the air. Now just here, as I mentioned, you've got the compartment that opens up to reveal the charging port and also the plaque, hand built in Britain by Lotus, hidden away there. And when that tucks back down actually, here it reveals of course the Lotus illuminated logo. Now it can't come from factory like this, but it can be a dealer supplied option, because basically the T in the center is going to become the reverse light. So that's going to be quite a neat element of the design that you have at the back. But just looking around, taking it all in, of course aero, very, very important when you're talking about the kind of power numbers that this car is going to offer. And well, I mean, just have a look, just take it all in. The wheels, magnesium, gigantic brake discs housed inside those, Pirelli tyres, so with that yellow strip that's running around. This is quite a fun thing. So this is going to be the luggage storage, one on each side. You would press here, the luggage would pop out, fitted luggage, and that is your bag, your container that you take with you. So not necessarily the largest of luggage capacities, but an amount that is very practically used, in the sense you press that, out it pops, and off you go. All very, very easy to do just inside. I am fairly blown away taking a look at this. It's absolutely incredible, and it's such a good looking car, sitting very, very low. The shape of the rear, the way it does just lift up a little bit at the back, of course extending the rear, helping with the airflow as well. But this, well, short of the final numbers that we're going to hear and see about it, is something pretty exciting to behold and to see here with the wing door up as well. Just the shapes, the curvature of it, all very, very impressive. The driver door is closing back down, but let me just show you the badge that is worn on the nose here, the Lotus badge. So you can see it's inlaid, you've got the carbon fiber, but this could have, well, different precious metals. It can all be very personalized, as can the badges around the side. So just around here, you've got these badges just located behind the door, almost a bit of a design touch going with the top of the door line, heading towards the engine. Well, I say the engine, of course, the batteries, not the engine that you have back behind. We are talking about an electric hypercar here. So maybe we'll have the passenger door opening up as well, the door mirror tucking back in. This is really quite extraordinary, and just seeing the shapes of this door as it opens up, the way again you can see straight through, the car so open, this carved by air philosophy, enabling the bodywork itself to be used for the aerodynamics. And this is perhaps one of the most stunning elements, and there are actually, for show and display, illumination lights inside that actually open it all up and give you even more of a view of this. And I can only imagine parked up at night taking a look at the car, it would look absolutely stunning. If we come around actually just towards the back, I can show you where those are and how they illuminate. And then you've got those additional openings just here which help pull the air out from the wheel arches, releasing the high pressure air that you have circulating around in there. So what an unbelievable looking car, and what an opportunity here to take a first look, to go through it in detail. And of course the entire car carbon fiber, the monocoque is carbon fiber, the bodywork is carbon fiber, the lights, the laser lights, as mentioned as well, their own design. So this is really, well, moving forwards, moving on to very, very exciting things in the form of this car, the Lotus EVIJA, following their naming. Of course, everybody knows the likes of the Esprit, the Elan, the Elise, the list goes on. Well, now Lotus is here with the EVIJA. Wow. Well, what do you think? Do let me know in the comments down below, but I am very, very impressed by this and very excited for where it's going to go. And I'm sure there are going to be 130 very lucky customers out there who are going to enjoy these an awful lot. But that's it for this time though. Thank you very much for watching as always, guys. I appreciate your support an awful lot. I hope you've enjoyed this preview of the brand new Lotus EVIJA. That's it then. I'll see you again very soon. Cheers.